Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. In today's channel, as you can see on a channel, I can see I as you can see on the channel, man. Yes, our boy Donald Trump was found guilty, and Donald Trump was found guilty, and and was found guilty in New York court money laundering situation. Um, let's check it out to see.
We are all here for you. You have
On this, Linda. Hi there, Stephen Bianco. Well, the first word that I can tell you here is shocked. Everybody here, and I mean every single person here, shocked that this verdict came down today. Nobody was anticipating.
And to keep reiterating that.
So this is early today when people came out that they found out there's a verdict that come out. The verdict come out, and they found out
This is conditions on
testify, in my opinion, and he brought the case.
Listen to what they have to say.
This is heading towards an appeal. On the same note, the judge in the case also knew this would also.
Okay, so after it come out, our boy Donald Trump was found guilty, and his sentence was set for June 11, right before the Republican convention, right before the Republican convention nominee, to where they will nominate someone for the presidency. Um, it, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, there's a motive behind it. They just try to get um, they just try to get Donald Trump out of here. They just try to find ways because they cannot win." I'm sorry about that. I was trying to. They just cannot win, so now they try to like find ways to win the situation. Do they have a point? Hey, who didn't know U.S. is a dirty politics, right? We all know that. Um, and but after that, Donald Trump spoke from the verdict where he is let's see what Uncle Trump had to say. Now let's hear first from the prosecutor.
So I think if Donald Trump is put on probation, does he challenge Judge Marchand? Do we have another power struggle? And does Judge Marchand see that coming? So again, a lot of really interesting questions, but
hush money trial of Trump.
Showing no emotion whatsoever, almost expressionless as he was listening to that guilty after guilty after guilty with all these counts. Now, moments after that verdict was read, we know that Trump walked into the courtroom hallway, as he's done throughout this trial, and talked with reporters and said that this is a shameful day in America. He says that this case was rigged, the judge was rigged, and he really didn't have a chance at a fair trial in New York. But he told his base that he will keep fighting, and his focus is now on the election.
guilty. Trump is guilty. Trump is guilty. Trump is guilty. Trump is guilty.
And a great day for justice. A good day for democracy and a great day for justice.
Sorry, I gotta try to share the screen again.
Donald Trump, the felon. So there's a lot of emotions and even some people celebrating this guilty verdict.
In the era of the modern, independent professional prosecutor. For now nearly 90 years, dedicated professionals in this office have built upon that fine tradition. A major part of our practice during that nearly 90 years has been public integrity work, including cases involving jurists, local and state electeds, public servants, and others. I want to thank this phenomenal prosecution team, embodying.
They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end, and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one, with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
All right, that was the former president, just what, about?
Okay, so that's what happened today. After the verdict, you heard the prosecutor speak, you heard Donald Trump speak, and then that was kind of crazy. But that wasn't all the crazy news that happened. Besides the Donald Trump thing, what happened today? Well, there was situation with who are drag. So there was this that popped up today, man. That shit was crazy. Let me take that off. There was something about a reference track from Drake that popped up out of nowhere. The reference track was regarding even Diddy Academy was kind of bad about it, right? They said there as a huge rapper. Academy talk about there's a huge rapper that close to they're not really Drake friend. But they were talking about reference track. Sorry about that, guys. Things been kind of a mess lately. Yeah, this one. Did Academy speaking about a reference track about a couple song? Uh, the song is one of the earliest Drake song. Talking about reference track, and I guess it was writing by somebody else. I can't even find it. It was going all over. It got the so they were talking about that, and it was going crazy about now people are really talking about. I don't know if it's like Kendrick fan. I cannot find it, guys. Man, my life today is kind of suck. But yeah, so they were talking about reference track, and there was kind of like trying to air Drake out, talking about for not being a great writer. And DJ Academy was also talking about people, some of the people in the industry.
Here. Won't tell you my sources, won't tell you. But I called a few people who be in the know. People who could give me a good perspective of maybe where I'm not seeing. Told me Drake got little friends, industry friends. And by the way, industry friends ain't friends, but industry friends are allies. Barely got those. And that the vitriol against him and the people who do or have aligned on the other side to potentially see him fall have ranged not only the people you've seen on these two albums dropped by Metro and Future, all the other people that you kind of see publicly aligned, obviously the Kanyes. There's a couple other niggas who Drake is on some of the biggest songs with Drake. And you're like, oh no, they're cool. He's just kind of keeping quiet. No, that nigga hates Drake too. I'm like, what? So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. But even beyond that, I was kind of shocked to even hear even theories that like, nah, man, like there's this shit might be coming from.
Yeah. So while they were talking about reference track and this, that, and the third, Karish out of nowhere, I don't know if because she tried to distance herself from Diddy, she just recently did this interview and she started talking about Drake out of nowhere.
So you don't think he has that BBL? Now here's
you know what a BBL is? That's a lot of ass.
It's a lot of ass.
That's a lot of ass.
It's a lot of ass.
A BBL is a big ass.
Yeah, but you don't think he could? I mean, he got a lot.
And it was kind of weird because they're talking about baby. We're not talking about, of course, Drake get ass. When they're talking about baby, they're talking about people who get you know what I mean, fake abs, this, that, and the third. We're not talking about fucking we're not talking about shit like that. So I don't know why when they're talking about BBL, it automatically goes straight to why this shit is doing that. Okay. I don't know why this thing is shift. I guess now I guess they add more. I don't fucking know why it keep doing that. Okay. But yeah, when talking about BF, I mean, we're talking about like people with fake people with fake muscle. That's what we're talking about. But I digress. Beside that, what happened today, man? Today was kind of like a slow day and stuff like that. But yesterday, uh, um, it was Trump situation, right? I mean, not Diddy situation. Out of nowhere, we heard about investigation on Diddy. So let me see if I can find the video.
What are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these.
Right there, right? First, they were investigating possible sex trafficking. People are talking about, oh, Diddy is having sex trafficking. And they were talking about all because they're talking about freak off. Now, let me make my video bigger. Since beginning of time, rich people have been having freak off. Since Julius Caesar, that's a thing. You got grown adult. Sometimes they call it swinging. The name changed constantly, right? Let me find out how weird this shit is. Not did he deserve that because he has done dominion wrong to so many people when it comes to making it become successful. We understand that, but it still continue in the music industry. But he does do some right for a lot of people too, right? He do some good, but he do some right. First, the investigation was about sex trafficking and trafficking children. That's what they heard about. Now, when they're not, there's no children because you know if the Fed hate being wrong. Now they try to make it to where they're talking about, oh, there's possible sex or interviewing, kidnapping of a male sex worker. You know, they try to still bring in that whole gay situation. Granted, whether Diddy is gay or not, if a person is a sex worker, you come to Diddy party to have sex. Now you do it on your own free will, because that's your job to get paid. Now you're talking about it was kidnapping. You didn't ever report it, but now all of a sudden you heard something. Now you're gonna bring it. And the first kind of like when they try to, and the whole idea, I mean, I think if the Fed are the one who puts the video out, I feel like they realize that they don't have nothing to hold Diddy, but the video, and they try to find ways to like tarnish his character. So when he go to court, even though when he's not guilty and all of the stuff, because he got that one video wrong, people are gonna automatically like You know what I mean? Because they're playing dirty. They don't have nothing, and their city doesn't want to go wrong. Kind of like the Tory situation. In the Tory situation, he could not be go to court, but I'm hearing that there's a tip where that proof he didn't put hand on Megan Thee Stallion. Now there's the prosecutor from California to find ways to block the people who could have present their evidence to show. So in a situation, there's a lot of time in the U.S. government where somebody who could be innocent, right? Somebody could be innocent because they don't want to being wrong. They even know that the person is innocent. They will still. Honestly, this is government individual. A government individual. They prefer having so much right because it's a political move for them. They don't care lock a person, innocent person up just so to have perfect record or just bro, this is America. They're complaining about how wrong Diddy is when the US government put many people in jail just so they can prove perfect for their perfect record. Right now, bro, they keep moving the goalposts, bro. That shit is ridiculous. Now you're talking about sex worker, kidnapping sex worker, interviewing people who have allegations because your case is so weak. Now you want to interview people who got civil court case. That's how weak their case is. But because they don't want to come out wrong, now they try to interview a civil case individual. Now they're gonna be like a civil case lawyer. That's crazy. To where now because of that, he couldn't even go to his today. One of his daughter was graduating, right? And let's talk about the whole Cassie situation. Not that I'm pleased, not that okay, what happened to Cassie? No, but in relationship, we all understand. We all come from terrible background. Everybody, some men are better than others, right? And sometimes when you're in a relationship, there are people that are in a toxic relationship. Sometimes they fight, not just the man. So the man put a hand on the woman put a hand on the man, and then they make up and break up. Is that right? No, but it's common, and not just in black people, not just, but we also do not white do it, and it didn't got to the point where the Diddy situation, but God know how bad it is out there at their house. And you must do it many times at home to get comfortable to do it inside the club, right? But because they're not white is white, he get a pass. But Diddy is getting, bruh. I'm telling you, for those a lot of Diddy situation and what's the seven situation is really to prove how just because you got money as a black person doesn't make you think you think like you above the law, nigga. Take again. If you take as a nigga just because you got money above the law, think again. Diddy situation definitely should prove should definitely prove that. And let's and like I said, because of that situation, man, today one of his younger daughter, this one right there, was graduating high school because of all so many legal situations. He was too embarrassed to appear because he didn't want our eyes on him and stuff like that. So because of that, he decided not to show up, and probably like sister and aunt and the mother, of course, and some of his sons appear at the graduation. They did not show up just because, like I said, right now he's overstressed about the whole situation, and I'm sure her and his two other daughter too gonna be graduating. I'm sure he's probably gonna miss that, and yeah. And why? Because of the situation today, out of nowhere, BIG mother finally speak. She posted and said, she stated, she said, if she ever saw Diddy again, she will slap the daylight out of him. You can quote me on that. She talked about the Cassie situation, and she's talking about what she's heard online about how Diddy was jealous. Um, Diddy was jealous of Biggie. Mind you, I think they have like a 50-50 split between Diddy and her. And she controls his estate. She's been living really well. I think he sent the money directly to her every time. And bro, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. Besides that, what is going on in the entertainment world today, man? Look, this gotta be the dumbest dude ever, bro. This guy, I think it was yesterday that we posted, bro. This guy gotta be the dumbest, bro. Let me see if I can catch the video. We had it. Everybody had it. Okay.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present, is due.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks at the court.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And
Really, he just realized that. He just realized that. He came to court, online court, driving, going to the hospital while on a suspended.
didn't have a license.
Well,
is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
bro, how dumb are you? How dumb are you? You have a suspended license. You haven't granted. I understand people are stressful. You try to do 2 things at once. You forgot to get out. You forgot to not get out the car. You forgot your license is suspended, bro. How dumb are you not to get caught inside a car with a suspended license, bro? People are crazy. Now you're gonna spend going to jail. Now you gotta go spend more money. Now instead of like going to court and going to work, now you're probably gonna sit in jail for 30 days or 60 days, and now you gotta get more money, bro. Now your license really gonna be suspended. Instead of like trying to revoke that, you're probably definitely gonna use the license for probably a whole year. And if you live in any place in the South, like Florida, Georgia, Texas, use crew, because those states, the transportation system is horrendous. It's horrendous. But yeah, man. Yeah. That's what this crazy guy, stupid guy did. This is what this stupid guy They appear and caught in a driving while um, his license was suspended. And this, let's just check.
We the only one.
This story is kind of weird. This morning, it popped up on the news. Let me share that with you.
Getting taken off the plane. Look at this.
This video at the center of a newly filed lawsuit against American Airlines appears to show a number of black men after they've been removed from a flight allegedly due to a complaint about offensive body odor.
So this is discrimination.
The lawsuit claims as Flight 832 from Phoenix to New York was finishing boarding in January, American employees removed 8 black men from the plane. They were not traveling together, weren't seated next to each other, did not know each other, and appeared to be the only black men on the flight, according to the suit filed early this morning.
As I got my things and walked to the front of the plane and made a left to the jet bridge, I noticed that there was 7 other black men. And that kind of was like, okay, what's happening here?
For plaintiffs Emmanuel Jean Joseph, Alvin Jackson, and Xavier Veal, Flight 832 was a connection. They'd taken an earlier flight from Los Angeles without issue.
It was just black men. So I started freaking out. I pulled out my phone to record everything.
At any point, did somebody from American say to any of you that you had an offensive odor?
No.
The lawsuit claims over the course of about an hour, the men were kept in the jetway and then moved to the gate area where they were told they'd be rebooked on another flight to New York later that day, and alleges an American employee indicated the complaint about offensive body odor had come from a white male flight attendant. A gate agent seen in the video at one point seems to agree race was a factor in the men getting pulled off the flight.
Just because of the color of my skin. Okay. Okay.
I do not disagree.
But when another flight to New York couldn't be found, they were put back on the same plane.
Had to go back on the plane with everybody looking at us, you know, for me, very uncomfortable. Everybody staring at me. Me and all the other black people on the plane were just taking off.
I knew that as soon as I get on that plane, a sea of white faces were going to be looking at me and blaming me for their late flight of an hour.
Their lawyer, Sue Huta, says American declined to give her clients any answers about what happened in Phoenix.
It's almost inconceivable to come up with an explanation for that other than the color of their skin, particularly since they didn't know each other, they weren't sitting near each other. It seems fairly apparent that race was part of this dynamic.
The lawsuit cites other recent incidents where passengers have alleged being discriminated against by American and a 2017 NAACP travel advisory urging members not to fly the airline. It was lifted about 8 months later.
We the only ones getting taken off the plane. Look at this.
This video at the center of a newly filed.
So yeah, it was really weird. But as you can stated, those 8 black men were like by usually, like you said, by American Airlines flight attendants, white male. Now, most of the time, those, if it's not a pilot, it's gotta be a flight attendant, and most flight attendants are gay. Now, it was weird. I was asking, is that one of the pilots that said that while they were enter, or was it one of the gay pilot? It was weird. I'm sure they're probably gonna do an investigation. That person probably gonna get reprimanded and lose a job because now American Airlines gonna spend a huge book of money because that shit is going viral. And bro, there's no way in hell those guys not gonna come out with a nice picture. Now, just 3 of them, and it was 8. Now, I hope the other men come in and get their share because all 8 of them deserve to get some of that money. And yeah, they're going to get paid. They are going to get paid. But I digress. Besides that, what was it in the news today, man? Let's see a little quick review what's going on in the news today. There's not much stuff going on in the news today. Oh yeah, yesterday during the speech, President Biden really try to stop his goal. Him and Kamala gonna try to put a new law. The law is a good law, where just like certain debt You know how like medical debt sometimes it stay like in student loan debt, they stay, they never disappear from your credit. Now it will still stay, but what it's not going to do is affect your credit score. So it will still show, but it's not gonna affect your credit score to where like you may not be able to buy a home, you may not be able to X, Y, Z, which is a good thing. Why it may not affect your credit score? If I do a background check and I still see you owe X, Y, Z, I might not. It may not. But they're not gonna ignore it. Well, it may not affect your credit score from the beginning, but I'm not gonna ignore it. But you know what I mean? But that's here and there. Beside that, what happened in the world today, man? What happened? That wasn't much, man. There wasn't much going on in the entertainment world today, man. Man, with all the drama, man, they're still doing that shit, bro. They're still doing that fake pose, doing movie release, all come together, take family pictures, and pretending like they're a happy, loving family. When we just found out, bro, you almost doing same thing, but you and your wife was almost divorced, but now you're still out here doing the same pose and pretend like it's happy family, but bro. I don't like that's Will Smith. That's fiction. But
Yo,
beside
listen,
that,
I'm a doctor now. You hear me, B-Dot?
boy,
Don't ever disrespect. I'm a doctor.
your boy
Don't ever disrespect.
I get today received honorary degree from a school.
Hold
I
on, let
don't
me
know
see.
what in
Get
New York.
my outfit so they can see what I'm doing. Yo, listen, I'm a doctor now. You hear me?
In accordance with the action of the trustees of the City University of New York, I now confer upon you, Joseph.
Bro, people who don't understand, those are people are literally are buying their doctrine. Like how they're buying it. Well, they're not buying it directly, just paying the school. So normally what you would do is you would participate in certain charities and stuff like that. And once you do an X amount of donation to the school, whether you like donate money to their sport organization, whether you donate to those organization to scholarship for um, unprivileged youth who graduate school but cannot afford to go to college, and you prep out maybe 10 amount of scholarship, and the money will select X amount of student with certain GDP, and they will give this that directly to them, and that will help out the school because the school not only the school will receive that money without worrying about X amount of people, student not paying on school, but those students eventually will, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So when you do X amount of time, sometimes the school will thank you, and then by thanking you, they'll give you an honorary degrees. Usually it's probably start normally to get an honorary degree, depending on where it is depending what school it is. It's start on like $100,000 or more. If you donate more than $100,000 or more, you definitely can receive an honorary degree, but you have to do the work, right? You cannot just do one charity work. You have to see you start doing, because if you guys follow Father Joe lately, he's been in and out in the White House since President Biden, and I've been working with Biden with a lot of different organizations. Matter of fact, he was just with um I forgot this Haitian American rapper where they try to do charitable work for for Haitian and for Haiti and stuff like that, giving food and stuff like that to send back home. So you gotta do multiple stuff, and then the school kind of recognize that, and plus to do stuff for that school. That's one more way for you to get recognized and receiving an honorary degree, because you've been doing so-called great work in the community and stuff like that. Yeah, beside that, man, it's pretty much that's what happened. A lot of celebrity are doing who already have multiple charity. That's how they own their doctrine, by doing charity work, or technically pretty much buying their degree and stuff like that. Kyle, that's about it for me for today, man. What do you think about this, man? What do you think about Donald Trump um, found guilty today? Do you think and even though I told you guys his sentence been set up for June 11. After the will he try to I think he's gonna try to revoke for send for a new trial, whether the person will qualify for it or not. More likely he'll get it. If he can get it before the certain day, will he actually go to jail by June 11? We'll keep you posted on whatever gonna develop and whatever gonna happen. Um, More likely he won't. And will he be able to like, vote this director? Who knows? Beside that, man, I know I haven't been doing too many live. Like I said, there's not much to talk about. Plus, I've been busy with work and with my house. I've been trying to working on some stuff, and I've been keeping me busy and stuff like that. That's about it, man. And I've been going through a lot of personal stuff. Like I don't want to talk more about it. I'll make a video about it. Going back for my sister had just had a baby. Let's thank God the baby right now is almost a week old. Even though the baby is premature, but like God had able to get the baby XYZ. And but yeah, we're just happy, man, even though we're stressed with, but things are continue prolonging. Everything is going good. Baby is continue to stay healthy, and we're just happy for all that. Well, I'll post more, baby. I'm trying to find a way to go back to Tampa, try to reschedule a time for me to go see it. Hopefully by that time it'll grow. But yeah, let me know what you think about the whole situation, man. If you're first second to my channel, thank you so much for watching. While you're there, like video, share video, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Deuces.